Traditional publishing, self-publishing, hybrid publishing, Wattpad, WordPress, Fiction Press, this editor, that cover designer, this piece of advice, that beta reader. When it comes to writing, there can be an overwhelming number of options. In this day and age of a constantly evolving publishing industry, a big part of the writerly battle is figuring out what options are available to you, and then you have to take it one step further and figure out exactly what's going to be the right option, and that can be a little scary. Hello, WordNerds! Happy Thursday! I hope you're all having a fantastic week. So I've been reading a lot of writing and publishing industry books lately, and I've been noticing a new trend that I kind of wanted to talk about. More and more of these books, as well as more blog posts and the like online, are starting to cover all of the bases when it comes to publishing. Usually you would find specific books tailored to traditional publishing, and some that would talk about self-publishing, and some that would talk specifically about craft, and now more and more authors are trying to cover a whole array of topics. And as far as I can figure, this new trend has a lot to do with publishing continuing to evolve and figuring out which option you're going to take for your publishing career becoming a lot less cut and dry. As recently as 5 years ago, aspiring authors would just assume that they were going to go the traditional publishing route because there weren't really that many other options available to them. Now in 2016, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice if you don't at least look at all of the options out there. So if you've just finished your first manuscript or you're looking ahead to your future in the publishing industry, trying to figure out which route you want to pursue, how do you know what's best for you? I only really have 2 pieces of advice here, but they cover a lot of information and open up a world of possibilities. Number 1 is to read extensively. Read as many publishing industry books as you can, peruse the internet in your free time, looking over forums and blog posts to learn all you can about all of the options available to you, what might work for you, what the pros and cons are, and then start asking questions. Interact with other writers and other authors who have already been there, made decisions for themselves, and learn things along the way. There are so many great people out there in both writing and publishing who are willing to share information and help one another learn, because we're not really in competition with one another. Someone reading a great book doesn't make them not want to read other great books. It makes them want to read more. So take full advantage of this and enjoy it, because these people love books and publishing and writing just as much as you do. And yes, it can be really intimidating sometimes because you don't want to make a mistake when it comes to your own career. But there's a ton of good news in this area, even if you are still struggling with figuring out what your best next move is going to be. In a best case scenario, which I hope is what you're going for, a publishing career can span decades, and not only is the publishing industry going to continue to change, but you're allowed to change your mind and try new things. When I first got into publishing, I was confident that self-publishing was the right option for me, and I'm still loving it, but I've always wanted to explore becoming a hybrid author down the road, and that is totally an option available to me. There's absolutely no rule saying I can't. So play around, branch out, try new things, don't be afraid to push outside of your comfort zone, and say yes to things that might scare you. Because there is a great big world of publishing out there, and the only person who will ever truly know what's going to be right for your career is you. So get to know the industry, get to know yourself and the books you want to write, and the rest will fall into place over time. We do this because we love it, and don't forget that as you're trying to make decisions along the way. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.